Cartels are the most pernicious form of competition law violations and typically tend to attract maximum scrutiny and the highest penalties from any competition regulator. Indian competition law, unlike in the US, looks at cartels as a purely civil offense, which means that the standard of proof required is not that of beyond reasonable doubt. It is enough for the CCI to demonstrate that there is circumstantial evidence and that the standard of proof is one of preponderance of probabilities. The Competition Act imposes India's highest economic penalties. The penalties for cartelization in particular are pegged at up to 10% of the turnover of the company for every year of existence of the cartel, or up to 3 times its profits for every year of existence of the cartel, whichever is higher. The CCI, unlike its predecessor, the MRTP Commission, is not a paper tiger and is not shy of levying headline penalties. Like any other competition regulator, we also have a whistleblower regime, which is called the leniency regime. Effectively, it promotes and incentivizes cartel participants to come forward and to confess about the existence of a cartel and to provide evidence about the cartel. The CCI has amended the leniency regime to bring it in line with international best practices. Amongst its key changes, it's reduced the cap on the number of leniency applicants. Under the old regulations, there were a maximum of 3 applicants, but now the position of law is that if you're the first applicant and if you provide full vital disclosures, you could get up to 100% penalty reduction. If you're the second applicant and you provide more information than the first and continuously cooperate, you could get up to 50% reduction. And if you're the third and subsequent and continue to provide value add, you could get up to 30% reduction in penalty. In 50% of the decided cases by the CCI has provided 100% reduction in penalty, despite the regulations not assuring a guaranteed 100% reduction if you're the first leniency applicant, thereby sending a very strong signal to industry. For the success of any leniency regime, it's very important to maintain complete confidentiality about the identity of the leniency applicant as well as the information being provided by such leniency applicant. The CCI has done a commendable job in ensuring that the identity of the leniency applicant is maintained as confidential until the stage of disclosure of the order. The damages regime in mature competition jurisdictions has had a very significant impact on leniency, so much so that the developed competition world is actually seeing a complete fall in the number of leniency applications, because even though the leniency applicant is granted immunity from penalties, the leniency applicant on appeal will then be open to claims for damages from interested third parties. In India, this regime is yet to evolve, and once it does, it will, in all likelihood, significantly impact leniency applications. The CCI has recently been adopting a 2-pronged approach where they're creating greater awareness for their leniency program through advocacy measures with enterprises and trade associations, as well as using dawn raids as a tool for detecting cartels. If the CCI wants to strengthen its leniency regime, it needs to effectively first provide certainty to every leniency applicant that any applicant who comes forward will get a guaranteed reduction, which will not be discretionary. The second thing that the CCI should also come up with at this stage would be penalty guidelines to provide certainty to industry in terms of the implications and exposure when it comes to cartels.